Odia Abdallah was born in 1865. She is Jalali and Qamarasan Abdullah's first child. Odia was very close with her family, especially with her father. He always kept her and her sisters entertained with music. While everyone enjoyed it, Odia loved his voice the most. She would sing to try and sound just like him. He adored it. As she grew older, her voice grew stronger. Her voice was incredibly impressive for her age. Her father was her biggest fan. Every day he would have the girls rehearse a song so that they could sing it to their mother. Jalali always looked forward to it. The more they practiced, the better they sounded together. Odia's voice always stood out. Her father saw so much potential in her. As the years went on, Odia focused on other things. She would cook and meditate with her mother. Her father would still have her and her sisters sing together. They would usually sing at weddings and special events. But it was Odia's solo that was the most anticipated. Her voice always captured people's attention. After every performance, she would be rewarded with praise. In 1883, Odia's parents arranged for her to marry a wealthy man named Patel. She didn't meet him until their wedding, but it was love at first sight. They had a beautiful ceremony. Her sisters sang to congratulate her. After the wedding, Odia moved in with Asha to her new home. There she met his pet tiger. Things went well for them for several years. Asha loved hearing her voice, so she would sing to him every night. In 1888, Odia found out she was going to have a baby. Asha was happy to hear it. They soon welcomed home Rajiv. Odia was excited to introduce him to the family. They all adored him. After he was born, Odia spent a lot of time caring for him while Asha worked. She understood that it was her duty, but she rarely saw her husband. When he wasn't working, he spent more time with the baby than with her. While she was happy that he wanted to bond with their son, she missed spending quality time with him. When she expressed her concerns, he told her she needed to focus on taking care of their son until he was ready to have another child. Although she was hurt, Odia didn't let it bother her. She stayed quiet and cared for her son. Once Asha was ready, they would try for another baby. They would fail to conceive for many years. In 1893, Odia was finally expecting again. But around the same time, she had become incredibly ill. She had been diagnosed with a disease that could only be transmitted through intimacy. The doctors told her there was no cure for it. She managed to give birth to her son Veer, but was far too weak to care for any of her children. Asha took time off work to care for the children. But Veer was a very difficult baby to care for. He would spend hours crying no matter how much care was given. Overwhelmed, Asha called in a doctor for help. That's when it was discovered that Veer had the same disease as his mother. It had been transmitted to the child during birth. There was nothing that could be done. Asha had grown to hate Odia for poisoning their child, even though it was his affairs that had infected her to begin with. Veer would only live for 2 months. Just a week after him, Odia was met with the same fate. After their deaths, Asha couldn't bear to look at Rajiv without being reminded of Odia. So he left him with her family and disappeared. Odia's parents didn't understand why he would abandon his only child. But rumor has it he started a new family with his mistress.